Namaskar. Thank you for joining me today. This is the yoga channel where you can ask questions and we're delving into the deeper side of yoga. Not just the physical exercises, not just the mental and emotional balance, not just the history of yoga, but everything the way that yoga changes our lives, how to incorporate yoga into my everyday thinking, into my speaking, my work, my thoughts, my deeds, everything. So if you have any questions, it's particularly if you've learned some words like pranayama or pratyahara or dharana or dhyan, or you've heard of sutras or mantras and you're like, I don't know what this is about. This is a great place to come and ask. And of course, you can hit the subscribe button if you like what we do, and then you'll get updates all the time. So I'm here every day, I'm answering questions every day, and then I'm putting those questions into practice. And this week, the question is, how do we learn how to concentrate, how to get focus in meditation? And then of course, getting focus in meditation means that we get focus in our everyday life. So how do we learn how to focus, not just when I'm sitting with my eyes closed, going inside myself, then how do I bring that same focus into my external life? Which means that I develop tenacity, I develop determination, I develop that decision making that helps me to follow something through to the very end, not let go when things get difficult. So yoga practices can help in many ways with all of that, because yoga sits inside the glands, and the glands of our body are where the hormones are created and where they're dispersed. And so the way that our glandular system works means that the way that our emotions work. So if we have a tendency towards anxiety, bitterness, frustration, depression, then it means it's going to be very hard to keep going through some of the challenges that life presents. And if instead of those emotions we have a sense of confidence, a sense of determination, a sense of trust, and faith is not quite the word I'd like to say, but in some ways it is, that faith or confidence that all will be okay, and that there's a bigger picture behind whatever it is that I'm doing. Whatever challenges come my way, what lies beyond that is for the greater good. So all of those are actual emotions that come up in our heart, in our throat, in the pituitary and pineal glands, and the thymus and thyroid glands. So we want to activate those feel-good hormones, and if you like, de-escalate the thrust that those anxiety, hatred, shame, fear, guilt, that those emotions secrete, mostly from the pancreas, from the adrenal glands, to some degree from the sex glands. So we're trying to find that balance between the way that the body works and the way that the mind and the emotions work. So for today, we had a talk this morning about mantra and how in meditation we can focus on the mantra, and I'm following that through. That discussion led to the feeling that when we're wishing and thinking for something bigger than myself, a future that's greater than myself, for a connection that's greater than what I now know, for a development, whether it's through learning, through its upgrading in skills, whether it's through another purchase, which then takes my whole lifestyle to another level. As we go through these upgrades and these expansions in life, how then to have the emotions follow through with that, and ultimately, internally, when we're meditating, to take the mind to the greatest expansion possible. The expansion where I feel that I'm touching on the mind of the cosmos. Some might say the mind of God, or nirvana, or heaven, or whatever, samadhi, whatever that might be for you. So eventually, concentration, it's not just the idea that we concentrate on something, because we could be concentrating on activating those negative self-talks. What we want to do is activate the positive self-talk. So in order for that to happen, then what am I concentrating on? And we were talking about the mantra Bhavanam Kevalam, which means all is love or all is one, and how that inspires inside of us a sense of devotion, a sense of connection, and a sense of wellness with the whole universe that's around us. So let's have a look at that. We'll start with some yoga practices that are going to help to develop the heart chakra, the throat chakra, and our concentration, holding the kidneys, putting pressure on the pancreas, on the adrenal glands and so on, so that we can regulate the hormonal secretion inside these digestive and sex glands, and that we're able to then start to bring the mind up to the areas where we have our immunity, where we have our resilience, where we have our self-expression from the throat and so on. So let's begin with the usual practice of Yoga Mudra. Yoga Mudra is a very nice way to stretch through the spine and to put that pressure and stretch on the pancreas and on the adrenal glands. So what we do is we sit with our legs just in a cross-legged position rather than a half lotus. And if you're able to put them a little bit in front of yourself, then that helps to stretch right through. If we're looking for a stretch as well, that will help to stretch right through to the base of the spine, down through the thighs, and that gives a lovely long stretch over the back. So sitting with our legs crossed, hands behind the back, we're grasping the left wrist with the right hand, and we're breathing in. And as we breathe out, over, forward and down, exhale and hold for 8 counts. Now this particular yoga posture, it's really helpful to hold the posture fully with the breath fully exhaled for those 8 counts, and then come up. And we repeat that 8 times. And the reason why we have this system of breath, exhalation and holding is because that also impacts the way that the glands function. So we're stretching the adrenals, putting pressure on the sex glands and upon the pancreas, and breathing in, coming up. Even now we're finding that hormones are produced even from the small and large intestine. So as we do this posture, we're holding all the digestive organs in check for 8 counts. 5, 6, 7, 8, and breathing in, coming up, bringing fresh oxygen, fresh blood to that area of the body. Exhale and hold for 8 counts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and breathing in. And we'll swap our legs over and exhale. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. And exhale. So as you're doing your deep breathing in this position, just notice what's going on inside the mind. Is there any bitterness, frustration, anxiety, or depression lurking inside the mind around any areas of our life? And exhale. As we exhale, imagine those frustrations, those bitterness, those anxieties leaving the body, leaving the mind. And as we breathe in that sense of love, of oneness and connection. And breathe out. And breathe in, come up. So let's have a little look at the basics of breath. When we put our hands around the side of the body and breathe into the palms of the hands, right around there, touching the backbone, you can feel the hands expanding away from the backbone. And at at this level, they're right at the base of our rib cage. So when we think that we're breathing right into the sides of the body and right around to the back of the body, we're filling completely the lungs. Now, when we breathe out, what we want to do is exhale as fully as possible. So the lungs hold at least 2 liters of air, if air could be made into a liquid. The capacity of the lungs is very great. And we'll never completely empty the lungs. They've always got air still in them, even when we take our last breath. So what we want to do is exhale as much of that air as possible. So imagine that your hands have the strength to press in onto the rib cage, to the base of the rib cage. Exhaling fully so that we use the muscles in the back and the side of the body to push the air out of the base of the lungs. So fully exhale. And when we're fully exhaled, exhale a little bit more. So imagine that you're in the bath blowing bubbles out, like as little children do. They hop in the bathtub and pretend to be turtles. So imagine that you're breathing all that air out of the rib cage. And if you sit for a long time doing that, you'll find that there's always more that we can exhale. The way that nature works is as soon as we create a vacuum, as soon as we create a space, a void, then it gets filled straight away. So as soon as we release that exhaling breath, release the hold, automatically a very deep inward breath is going to fill the lungs. And because we've taken most of the carbon dioxide, a huge amount of the used air out of the lungs, then with that inward breath, we're sucking in completely clean, fresh oxygen back in to the body. And it's always good to breathe in through the nose because we have those fine filters, the cilia inside the nose, that helps to clean the air. So let's practice that one more time. Hands on the base of the spine, base of the ribs, fingers touching on the spine, and we're breathing slightly in, but what we want to focus on is the breathe out. So very gently breathing out, and then allow yourself to breathe out a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. And then release the hold and breathe in again. Beautiful. Okay, so that's the kind of breathing that we'd like you to do when we're doing yoga class together. To think about the exhale more than the inhale. My experience is that when I inhale and I haven't fully exhaled, especially early in the morning, I'm just compounding more oxygen on top of what I have not released from my lungs. So in a way, it's kind of compounding the carbon dioxide and the toxins that are in the very base of the rib cage, in the base of the lungs, so that the alveoli and the rest, they're not getting the fresh oxygen in there as quickly as we'd like them to. So the lungs are a bit like broccoli, and what we want to do is kind of squeeze the flower heads of the broccoli, if you like. Really push that air out from the base of the lungs, so that when we breathe in, we're bringing fresh air directly right down to the alveoli, where the blood capillaries are wrapped around each little flower head of our broccoli lungs. Okay, so that's the kind of breathing that we would like to be doing for each yoga practice. Let's go on now into Asana. So today I want to do our salute to the sun, our Surya Namaskar. We'll go straight into some exercises that help us, not only with the deep breathing, but also help us with that idea of concentration, and eventually with the feeling of devotion, with trust, with love, and with deep, deep connection. Standing up, please. So the first one in that series is for us to be standing on the edge of our mats. This is Asana, and our feet are just beneath our shoulders, and we're breathing in as we bring the arms up, palms touching, and then Releasing with that breath. Full exhale to the side, and imagine the weight of your arm is pulling the shoulders, the weight of your head like a watermelon is dropping down towards the floor. Exhale and breathe in, come up. And opposite side, exhale and down, hold for 8 counts. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and breathe in, arms up. And breathing forward and down. We're going to drop down onto the mat, head down between the knees if you're able. 5, 6, 7, 8, and when we stand up, we're breathing in, holding the breath inward and stretching back. And then breathing forward, exhale and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And breathe in, arms up. And arms down. I'll do this on a bit of an angle so that you can see when I'm stretching back and forward as well. So breathing in, arms up and to the side. Exhale and hold. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And breathe in. Palms together and one arm stretching up towards the ceiling and the weight of the head and shoulders pulling us down towards the floor, over the side of the body. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in, both arms together. And now we're stretching forward and then dropping down over the feet. Head down and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Arms out in front, breathing in. Palms together, stretching back. And exhale. So on that stretch back, we're holding our breath inhaled. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And breathe in, arms up. And to the side. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in. And the other side. Exhale and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in. Arms up and forward. Down and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as we come up, we're going to breathe in and hold the breath, fully inhaled. Palms together, leaning back. And exhale, forward and down again. Head over the legs, over the knees. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And breathe in, arms up. Palms together and exhale, reaching right out over the side of the body, dropping down towards the floor and hold. 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in, coming up and exhale. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in. And reaching out, forward and down. Head over the knees, down towards the ankles. 5, 6, 7, 8. And as we breathe in, we'll hold the breath fully inhaled, stretching back for 4 counts. And again, reaching out in front and down. And breathing in. Last time, palms together, dropping the shoulders, Fully inhaled and exhaling, reaching out to the side, over and down. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in, coming up, and breathing out, forward and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathing in, coming up, and exhale. Forward and down. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. Palms together and back and forward. Down. Breathing in, arms up and arms down. Now we're going to follow that particular posture on with something called Bhav Asana. Bhav Asana is a posture for ideation. So this is one that helps us with the way our mind thinks. It's quite a difficult posture because we do have to, it does put a lot of pressure on the legs actually. So what happens is we're going to be, I'll show you the arms first of all. We're going to go first of all to the left, and then come back together, and then to the right, come back together, and then we're going to put both arms out to the side and come around to the back. And then when we put the palms together at the back, we're also doing a namaskar at the back. So just putting your palms together between the shoulder blades, and then we'll have them come down. So the way that the legs work for this one is that we're going to be sitting, starting in namaskar, we come down into a squat. So from the squat, arms out to the side, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, and back together, and to the other side, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and together. And we sit together in this position with our eyes looking up towards the trikuti between the 2 eyebrows. 5, 6, 7, 8, and then release the arms around to the back, palms together, and holding again, looking up between the eyebrows. And release. Arms down and down. Now you probably need to stretch through those legs, so bending down over, coming down, relaxing the back and the spine. And bringing both our legs together. Let's go through the knees, warming them up. And stretching them out after that pressure on the knees. And let's do that Bhav Asana one more time. So, feet slightly apart, toes slightly turned out, hands in namaskar on the chest, and we're coming down and hold one side. 5, 6, 7, 8, together. Other side, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold together, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and coming around the back, palms together and hold. 7, 8, release. Again, coming down over the legs, relax the back. And knees together, stretching through both sides, turning around the knees. Good. Okay. And let's go down into our cobra posture. So coming down onto the mat, into down dog position. Then bend the knees down onto the mat and caterpillaring through and up. Hold with the breath, inhale and coming down. We'll do cobra 8 times. Breathing in and up, hold. Exhale. Breathing in, hold. And exhale fully. Breathing in and hold. Exhale. Inhale, coming up and hold. Exhale. Inhale and hold. Exhale. And last time, fully exhale. Breathing in and hold. Exhale and down. Now we're going to lift ourselves up onto our knees. Nice long stretch through to relax the lower back. And we'll finish today with our Diga Pranam. So sitting up on our toes. Hands coming up over the head, breathing in and breathing out. Forward, down, exhale fully and hold. 3, 4, again for 8 counts. 6, 7, 8. Breathing in, coming up. And we'll practice this posture 8 times. Again, it's another posture that's helping to regulate the digestive system, stretch through the adrenals in the back. 6, 7, 8. Breathing in, coming up, and again exhale, forward, down, and hold. Breathing in and forward, down, exhale and hold. Inhale, exhale, forward and down. Breathing in, feeling yourself breathing in a connection to the universe, and breathing out, releasing any anxiety, frustration, depression or bitterness, clear the body and mind. And breathing in, coming up. Breathing in love and light and connection. And so, let us finish with our self-massage. So, warming the hands, we start top of the head, massaging through the scalp behind the ears, and then across the eyebrows, above the eyes, under the eyes, and down the nose, under the chin, the cheeks first, pressing around the mouth and under the chin. Particularly where the jaw meets, I guess it's the jaw meets the neck, just under the ears. Many glands are held in that area, and when we do have tension, that's one of the areas where we clench our jaw and hold tension in that area. So releasing this area, coming through the neck, around to the back of the neck, and dropping the arm. We work down through the shoulder, round under the arm. So the soft part of the body is where all of the glands, the lymphatic system has its nodules all the way through the soft areas on the inside of the elbows, right down into the hands and through the palms of the hands, between the bones. There are lymphatic nodes, and those nodes are the areas that are cleaning our lymphatic, our hormonal system, if you like. And so what we can do is massage through those nodes, helping to release any toxins from the body. And also, yesterday I was discussing, I'll remind us again today, it's lovely as we massage our body just to talk to the body with gratitude. As I'm massaging through my shoulder, for example, I want to thank my shoulder for the burden that it's carried this lifetime. Coming down through the arms, thanking the arms for the weight that they've held, for the giving and receiving that's occurred through these arms. And coming down through the hands. And fingers, and again thanking the hands for all that they've held and given, for the receiving and the gifting that my hands have done in this lifetime, for all the words that have been written, for the number of items that have been held and carried. Thank you to my hands for that. And then we come around the back of the body. So coming down through the center backbone, we can practice this posture of massage, because it also helps us with, later on we're going to catch those hands for Gomak Asana, which we did yesterday. So massaging through, coming over the top, and if you like to, catch those fingers and hold for a minute, just to get in practice. And massaging through the shoulder blade, the center of the back, right down into the hips, and the same thing with the front body, massaging through the chest, coming right down into the tummy. And then massaging through the stomach, pushing into the navel, and starting on the right side at the right hip, coming up and massaging right along underneath the ribs. And right down, and coming down through the legs, massaging through the thighs, through the knees and the calves, right down into the feet, toes. And the same on the other side. Massaging through the thighs, right down through to the ankles and the feet, the toes and under the feet. lying down. We'll do some relaxation, and this time I'll talk us through a creative visualization. So lying down, feel yourself relaxing onto your mat. Imagine you're in a beautiful place in nature. Surrounding is the vastness of this deep blue sky, clouds passing overhead like thoughts that dissolve and merge themselves into that beautiful blue firmament. As you're breathing in, breathe light and warmth down into the toes, feeling the toes and the feet release and relax all their tensions. Feel that warmth, that light travel up through the feet into the ankles. Feeling the ankles release and relax. Feel that warmth, that light come up through the calves into the knees. Feeling the knees, the backs of the knees release and relax all tensions. As that warmth radiates up through the thighs. Hips, releasing the hips and the base of the spine. Feel that warmth, that light radiating from the base of the spine up through the small of the back. Releasing and relaxing the abdomen, the waist. Relaxing the vertebrae as it moves up between the ribcage, releasing and relaxing the base of the lungs and the chest. And light and warmth floods through the lungs, wrapping around the heart. Feel the heart filled with warmth, with light, with trust and with love. That sweetness, that light and warmth floods up through the shoulder blades, up the back of the neck, into the shoulders, releasing and relaxing, flooding down into the fingertips. Feel the hands, the wrists, release and relax. Feel that light and warmth coming up through the base of the arms, from the wrists into the elbows, releasing and relaxing that light and warmth. From the elbows, that light, that warmth floods up into the shoulders, through the forearms and underarms, releasing and relaxing the joints, the tendons, the muscles in the upper arm and shoulders and back. Feel that light and warmth flood through into the back of the neck, passing through each of the vertebrae, coming up to the base of the skull, relaxing the jaw, the lips, the teeth, the tongue. That light and warmth flooding through the cheeks, into the nose, the backs of the eyes, the eyelids and the forehead. Continue to flow through the temples, right up to the top of the head. So that from the tip of the toes to the top of the head, the body is feeling light and relaxed. stretching through the toes, bringing the knees up to the chest, hugging yourself awake, turning over, and very gently coming back up to a seated position. Thank you very much for joining me on our first yoga session to do with devotion and concentration. So today we did our yoga mudra, we did Asana, we did Bhav Yoga, Bhav Mudra, then we did Cobra, and we finished up with Dirga Pranam. Thank you everybody for joining me. I'm Kate, the Greenie Yogini, living in the forest and bringing yoga to life. If I can do it, we can all do it. Let us get healthy and wealthy together. Namaskar.